welcome back to the Woah Pony podcast, recorded live at Riverside Radio in Battersea Park. Thank you for coming back. Grace Clarke here on the Woah Pony podcast, and today's topic of the week, this week's topic of the week, unsure. This episode's topic of the episode, oh, that's interesting. Maybe I've been saying it the wrong... Regardless, it's revenge. I've really been exercising that evil laugh for this episode, and I've really been enjoying it, actually. It's helped by the fact that I lost my voice a couple of days ago, and it's come back now. I'm resisting the urge to cough, but it's fine. I'm having some technical difficulties at the moment. Everyone okay? Yeah, everyone's fine. By everyone, I'm literally just talking to myself. Revenge. So basically, in part one, I was sharing some stories that I'd found on the internet of pettiness.
Petty revenge.
People that have been irked by friends, family, strangers, and they're getting their back. And we love to see it, and I want to share these stories with you. I mentioned before that I've sort of read the synopsis, the basic outline of these stories, but I haven't actually delved into them too much because I like my reaction to be with you as you watch it too. Listen, or whatever you're doing right now. I've got some more stories here just to finish the evening off. So let's dive in deep. I said in the previous part that I printed them off today and I feel really organised and geeky. If that's what I think geeky is, I think we're in trouble. First story. Okay. I was out to a movie with my friends last night. We come and sit down, and I realised pretty soon that this girl in the row behind us, oh dear, she has her feet up on my friend David's seat. Oh. So David turns around and he says something like, do you think you could put your feet down? And I think they said something in response, but I didn't hear it. The feet didn't go down. So I tell David that he should go find an employee and get them to talk to this girl. She was obviously pretty peeved, but begrudgingly, love that word, agrees to put her feet down. After the employee leaves, she puts her feet back up. God, the rudeness of some people. So I get out of my seat, walk up 2 rows, sit down in the seat directly behind this girl, and stick my foot on the back of her chair and push it forward. They both turn around and try to say something to me, but I can't really hear them since the movie had started by this point. So I just say, watch the movie. I kept my feet there the entire movie.
We love to see it.
Revenge on behalf of the friend. I mean, you weren't sat with your friend, unless your friend came to join you after you'd done that, but you weren't sat with your friend for the movie, so I'm not sure really who the winners are here. What is it with people in the cinema and feet? You know, people take their shoes off in the cinema? I really don't understand. I like to get comfortable at the cinema, you know, but I wouldn't take my shoes off. Imagine you've got to then get up in a rush if the fire alarm goes off. That's happened before. I've been in the cinema where the fire alarm goes off. Moana, a few years ago. You've got to get up and you've got to mess about. You've got to put your shoes back on. No, I didn't do this. I'm just saying that if you had your shoes off at the time, you gotta mess about, lacing them back up, you know, Velcro if you're 5. It's not fun. It's not cute. Never got to see Moana in the cinema. I've watched it since, you know. Disney Plus is the best thing that's ever happened on planet Earth. Next story. It's another train one. If you didn't see that in part 1, please do. I take the train to work each morning and then again to get home. I like to sit in the quiet carriage because it allows me to think and do a little extra work each day. On the train ride home today, a woman in front of me kept talking on the phone, even after people nicely asked her to be quiet. The conductor also came through and informed her she was on a quiet carriage. The seats we are in have very little support, so someone behind you could push your seat and you'd feel it. Several riders decided it wasn't worth it and switched carriages. Can you believe that one person has had that much of an effect on so many people? So many people have left and moved to a whole different carriage. It's just the ignorance some people have. On the train ride... Oh, sorry, reading the wrong paragraph. My colour coding hasn't worked, clearly. I decided I'd had enough and slouched far enough so that both of my knees were firmly in the back of her seat, pushing fairly hard. She cocked her head round and told me to put my knees down. I closed my eyes and fake slept. She got up and moved to a different seat. There was a person behind her. He put his knees to the back of the chair. People started catching on and he chose a seat with no one behind her. Another rider changed seats behind her and she got more knees in the back. The conductor came through again and was unaware of our little revenge. She got up and told him that people were putting knees into her back and stalking her to each spot. The conductor put his index finger to his lips and said, "Shh, this is a quiet car." Even the conductor's in on it after, oh, that's fun. That's fun. As I was reading it, I was thinking, is this true? Because, if she's moving to other places and people are following behind her, that's a bit odd. But as it got, and then she said, "Oh no, they're stalking me," I believed it was real. Sorry, I'm just distracted because outside the studio there's lots of flashing lights and it's really Oh, they've gone now. It was really annoying me. And I couldn't concentrate. I'm trying to read about revenge here.
I'll get my revenge on the flashes.
It's not emergency flashes, I will just say. Can't get revenge on that. That's a bit... Next story. So I decided that I wanted to go and see a movie today. Another movie one. I took the bus and ended up showing up 50 minutes early. Love that. So I was the only one in the theatre for a good 25 minutes, so I took my time picking out my ideal spot. Love that. I decided to go to the bathroom before the movie so I didn't miss anything. On my way back with a soft pretzel in hand, I see a woman with her kids, and she's moving all my stuff to a different seat so her and her kids can take my spot. What? Don't touch other people's things. Don't touch other people's things. Oh, I've ruined my piece of paper. The anger. The anger. I stomach it, grab my stuff and move to a different spot. While I'm sitting there eating my pretzel, I notice her and all of the kids going to the bathroom. I seize the opportunity. I run, grab all of their stuff and move it to the seats right in front of the entrance so they'll see it as soon as they walk in. I then... What makes me laugh is that other people would have been in the cinema by then and they would have seen someone doing this and just looking at them probably bewildered or shocked, mortified that you're touching another person's stuff, but they don't know. They don't know it's a sprinkle of petty revenge. I then reclaim my rightful place in my perfect spot. The lady comes in, she sees her stuff, looks at me, connects the dots, and now has been shooting the occasional glance from the front row, and every other spot filled up. I love that. For a start, don't touch people's stuff. I don't care if you go in and if you're worried about something, someone's left a bag or something, tell someone more important than you that works there. Don't just touch someone's stuff. And also, it doesn't give a very good impression to your children. Touching a stranger's belongings.
Moving on.
Last story of the evening before I have to go live my best life out in the cold and rain, and I'll catch the bus. And, I'm just going to go home actually today. There's nothing really exciting in my life planned. So for the last 3 weeks, this person said, at least 3 times a day, I get a scam call from this dude claiming he installed security software on my computer and there's been a breach. Everybody knows the drill. Blah, blah, blah. This guy leaves me 3-minute-long voicemails. Voicemails? I've never known scammers to leave voicemails. Am I missing out? Why is no one leaving me voicemails? Repeating the same 30-second spiel. Is it spiel or spiel?
Spiel or spiel?
Over and over. It's annoying. I called the number back a few times saying, hey dude, I know it's a scam, stop calling. And he sassed me really hard. So I thought, hey, I have an idea. I kept calling him back and saying nothing. I could hear him yelling through the receiver. Once he'd hang up, I'd call right back. Yes, play him at his own game. All in all, I blew up his phone for over an hour. I called him back 44 times in 1 hour. After the last time I called, he was screaming nonsense and said, "I'm blocking your number. This is harassment. You will never contact me again." Oh, it's tasty, isn't it? The shoe is on the other foot. Sounds good to me. I got no calls today, and usually by 3 p.m. I've gotten at least 2 calls already. This feels good. Pleased with that for you. That was lovely. You were playing people at their own game. You were getting them back at their own little hustle. Love that. That's all my stories today. And no, nothing working. Oh. Well, the computers decided to give up on me, clearly. Why does this always happen to me? I wanted to do a cute intro and just go out into the world and live my best life and then leave you with a song. No, everything's falling apart. I'm laughing, but you're not laughing. Everything's frozen. At least I'm still here, eh? At least I hope I am. I'll do my own little jingle. No, anyway, we can do an outro without a jingle. Thank you very much for joining me on the Woah Pony podcast today. I really, really hope that this is gonna come back to life in a bit so that we can play some songs. If not, I'm hoping that the next person will come in and fix it for me because I don't know what's going on. But thank you for joining us. Please follow the socials at Woah Pony Podcast, at Grace Megan Clarke on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. I have TikTok and I don't know how to use it, but there's some fun little clips on there. We also have the YouTube channel. Yes, we're back. Have a good evening, everyone.